I'm joined by my buddies. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, you fucking idiots.
Hi, my name is Dustin.
My name's Raffle. Yeah.
Today we're joined by Big Loo. What's going on, Lou?
What is going on, folks?
Long and overdue episode. It's very exciting to have you on because you're a fucking character and a half.
Yeah, and I've been watching you guys grow. Shit's good, man. I'm sorry if I keep holding the thing, dude.
I do it all the time. Don't
Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah,
That's all right. It's that time of the month.
you got to.
But yeah, dude.
You got to put your mouth right on this motherfucker.
Right on
Got
that
it.
motherfucker.
So you guys talk about recovery a lot, I guess, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right, cool. So see, I was in the right
And
place,
porn.
at the right time.
Had no
We find
idea.
each other.
Yeah.
If you ride motorcycles, you have issues. You know,
do.
Like, it's dangerous. Like my brother, I try to get him to ride, and he's like, Lou, when I look at those people, I just think that's unconscionable.
Really?
He's like, when I see a guy pass me on the freeway in the morning, I'm like, that's stupid.
Right.
That makes no sense.
I wonder why he's doing that to himself.
Same thing. You're gonna jump out of planes? That's stupid. I was like, yep, sign me up, dude.
I am all about that.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're going to
I am.
pay me and feed me?
I'm about
Yeah.
that life.
Like I went to college after high school, and then fuck, dude. I remember I was like, this is not for me. And then on a Sunday, I was watching football, and they played the Army commercial. I seen dudes jumping out of a plane. I was like, I think I like that. I was football, wrestling, so that just spoke to me. That I just went to the recruiters, and I was like, hey, I want to jump out of planes. And then they're like,
right this
Army
way.
dude was like, I can guarantee that. Like, boom, let's go.
I can
I can
I'll
put
bet
that
my
in
job
contract.
on that.
sign right here, right
my
now, and your life is mine.
And I was like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, so I met Lou a little over 4 years ago, working here at San Diego Harley with the old regime.
Yeah.
And they ran a fucking tight ship. It was like
That was
it was like a fraternity. It was like being in the military again.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was
They were hard and
oh
yeah.
fuck yeah. Like there was no like
And brutal.
fucking around.
Yeah.
But you also knew they cared about you. Like the dudes that worked here, like I remember I got like cool guyed by somebody in this like in just some dickhead that was in the showroom. And I went and told the sales manager that, and he said, "Hey, dude, if you need to, you go beat his ass in the parking lot. It's okay. Like you're not gonna lose you go beat his ass, and you come back in here. You just better win. Don't lose. Better win."
Dude, I had a
I
problem with
might know
another
who that
sales
is.
dude, and they're like, "Go out back. There's no cameras. Take care of it." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. What? Yeah. It was a legendary crew that worked here.
Yeah.
Like Igor, Vince, you, Eli, Michelle.
Like everybody, like
Pedro.
we just love the brand. We love to ride, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day, man. For fucking me, for Harley Davidson, I know there's another brand out there, but that's just it, dude. Like I've never like no one in my family rides bikes, but ever since I was a kid, I would see a Harley and I'd be like, you freeze. You're just like, oh, especially in New York City, you know, you don't see a lot of shit out there, and then you see a Harley, you're like, oh shit, it's loud. You're like, damn, look at that shit, dude. And it was always a dream. Once I jumped out of planes, I was like, I was like,
riding me a Harley.
yeah, it was like a dream of mine. I got out of the Army. I was brewing beer with my homeboy out here. I was like, yo, when we open a brewery, let's get Harleys, dog.
Let's treat ourselves.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. All right, we got to take it
Yeah.
back. So where are
All
you
right.
from?
Originally in Queens, New York, 1975. I was born.
Whoa. I ain't even had to
Nobody
say
didn't
it.
see this fucking coming.
I ain't even need to say it,
Big Lou
motherfuckers.
says New York. I literally was watching Ralph, and he went like this.
I ain't even had to say it.
He's
You
from
know
somewhere
what it
else,
is,
right?
son?
No, he's from somewhere else in,
Yeah.
in New York City.
Like, oh, where are you from, dude?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, there you go. My dad's from
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
son.
So, yeah.
He's been here fucking 26 years, but he's still holding on to it.
There's an attitude, dude. There's an attitude that comes with it that you just don't ever let go of. You're just like, nah.
Yeah, son. You know the vibes.
Same thing when
kid. We
well-
outside. We outside.
We're here, baby.
Yo, we thought it was bad before. Now that meeting is like,
Oh, dude,
they're so mad.
they're fucking hating
Hollywood
us.
George is gonna come in here. I fucking asked you nicely.
Whatever, dude. We'll go to the offshore. Drinks are on me.
We'll just go. What? I can't hear you. We're podcasting. What?
Yeah. So it's Queens is short for Queens Bridge, right?
No. That's a housing project in Queens. I don't know.
Oh, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Ass
Ralph
motherfucker.
is about
Yeah.
to cut this
That's just-
interview out. He's like, no, hold on, Lou, I got this. Hold up, real quick.
I got you,
this.
son. Check this out. That's a borough, kid.
Honestly, I don't even know where Queens came from. I don't know where. I think Brooklyn is from England.
Yeah,
Brooklyn's out there. I don't know why they call it Queens, but it's
But that's
Queens.
the whole name. It's just
Matter of
Queens.
fact, tonight I'm gonna be on, Google. I'm gonna be looking it up.
Why they
Where
call
did
this
Queens
thing
come
Queens?
from? Yeah.
So what is it like growing up in New York City in what 1979? And when,
so it was different,
What?
dude. Because I started kindergarten in 1980, dude. I was born in 75, so I started kindergarten in 1980. Yeah, so I was like, so that was the real New York. So
For sure.
grimy.
So I grew
For
up
sure.
always anxious, dude.
Yeah.
Because number one, I just had a single mom, so it was just me and my brother, and the fucking subways were true back in those days. Like motherfuckers getting mugged and shit. So I was always anxious. I was like, dude, I'm with a woman. So like, fucking teenagers would come on the train, and then you'd be like, oh shit, like you'd be scared. It was a scary place, dude. I grew up in mafia neighborhood, so like the underground was always around. Like I just saw the streets all the time, like, and then I'm Colombian. My dad's Puerto Rican and Irish, but my mom's Colombian, so all that shit was in there, like the drug cocaine was coming into the game, like people in my family all of a sudden, had shit. And I was just like,
they got a new car.
My mom dated wise guys and dudes, so I was always seeing that shit, man. So honestly, when we moved to California, it chilled, dude. Like I was like, dude, it was like so crazy out there, and then like out of nowhere, my grandma sold her beauty salon, and it was like August, and my mom was like, we're going to your aunt's house in 2 weeks. You're moving to San Diego. I was like, what?
Wow,
Like,
that's a
just.
shock.
But my
New
family's
York.
like that. They moved here from Colombia, so they're just like,
we're
time
out.
to go. Yeah. So I was
Whatever
like,
you got
shit.
on your back, let's go.
Yeah, and then we came out here. I was like, oh shit, this is beautiful, dude. Moved from Queens to PB. You can't beat that, dude.
What?
I was in shock, dude. I was just like,
It's a big culture shock, especially back then. That's back when they had like the abandoned buildings and shit like
and
that.
then
right?
white people, dude. Like I mean like real white people, blonde with blue eyes. Like in
Not
New York,
Italians.
you have Italians and Irish and shit, so
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
kind of. But then I remember, like, I went to PB Middle, like they walk. So the school's year had already started. It was 8th grade, and then they walked me to the classroom, dude, and I tripped the fuck out, dude. I was like, oh shit, like it was so many blonde people. I was like, oh shit, dude. I was like,
Where
I
the
never
fuck am I
seen
at?
that. Yeah, like,
Is this Disneyland?
Turn this mic down a little bit.
but then I thought it was gonna be like a fucking Billy Idol video. So I was all about it. I was like, oh shit, like Motley Crue, like that shit, like we were moving out here. Because I was like, where is San Diego? And my mom was like, California. And I was like,
Hollywood.
yeah, but I was just like, San Diego. And then they had like give us like some postcards. This is it. So the pictures of submissions and shit. I was just like, what the fuck? So. And then we didn't know Mexican. There was no Mexicans in New York back in these days. It was only Puerto
Did you speak
Ricans.
Spanish though?
Yeah. So I went to ESL for kindergarten. So that's where the bullshit started. Because
What's
where
ESL?
Yeah,
English second language.
English is second language.
Oh.
So I don't care who you are, people.
True.
You're not nice. African Americans, you're not nice. White people, you're not nice. If you're an American and you have an immigrant kid, you are not nice to them.
Naturally, like,
So
we don't speak English.
We just got picked on, dude. Like it was open game. Like the ESL class, like people throw shit at us. Like,
Damn.
so I was like, dude. So that was that. And I had a flashback one time. Like I had to ask my mom. I was like, I just remember my teacher saying something in English and in Spanish, and then I was like, did I go? Was I ESL kid? So then I asked my mom. I was like, hey, did I go to ESL for kindergarten? She said, oh yeah, because you didn't speak English too good. And I was like, oh. All right.
Is your Spanish still tight?
Oh, I'm completely bilingual. I can read, write. I do the whole fucking
Oh,
thing,
okay.
dude.
So
Yeah.
you got here. How was
I watched TV in Spanish. Like when I was in the army,
Telemundo?
I was watching Sábados Gigantes one night. And my homeboys came to my house. It was after I got divorced. So they came and they're like, Lou's watching fucking Spanish? You're like a real Mexican. And I was like, well, I'm not Mexican, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I understand. Sabor
But yeah,
Gigantes, it's something big.
Well,
something
North
giant.
Carolina, yeah, it's just Giant Saturday. That's what it means.
Oh, Giant Saturday.
So it's like a variety show, which is
It's like the Family Feud meets fucking.
Hey,
Like
the
Ed
women on
Fortune.
Telemundo?
yeah. Like Ed Sullivan shows, like that. So variety acts come on. Like
Got it.
there's reunions. Oh, I want to say I'm sorry. There's all these segments.
That shit's like
and it runs for
super-
like 3 hours.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's stupid long, bro. I just
then the
remember
commercials
watching
are just
for
like this. They're
hours,
like, Dámosle gracias a Oreo cookies. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
You just break it.
I remember the fair skinned Colombian Argentinian
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the guy that used to like read tarot cards,
Yeah.
and everybody would wait for him to come on.
That's
All you Sagittarius
shit, dude.
are gonna have
Walter Mercado.
Walter
Mercado, dude.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, dude.
Got laid, for sure.
No, he's gay.
He's gay.
He's like
Still got laid.
he's like Liberace.
Okay.
Like he dresses like that, flamboyant with capes and shit. But he's a horoscopes. So, dude, He's not lying, bro. Like every night, my family be like, "Hey, shut up!" They smack you in the face when you're talking.
Shut up, we gotta listen to him.
And he do the fucking horoscopes, dude. And it's like stupid shit.
Be quiet,
Gemini,
be quiet.
not looking good for you right now. Be safe.
Yeah, don't date him. A little crazy.
Oh, that's for sure. I'm a Gemini.
So I grew up like that, and I grew up in a very alcoholic family. So there was fucking
Part of the culture.
my family would like stabbings each other like in
Oh,
the house,
God.
dude. It was wild. So growing up, that's why I was always anxious. Like I was like, shit's about to pop off all the time. dude.
At all times, be ready.
Yeah, it's about to go down.
Where did you live in PB?
Right there, dude. On what is that? Ingram.
Okay.
It used to be called Oakwood Apartments, but now it's something else.
Okay.
By
No,
the
by the
burger
Mossy
joint.
Ford?
No. Further up, you know where the best burger is? They say Bullwinkle's.
Yeah.
Bar, right
Bullwinkle.
there.
Okay.
That-
What was PB like then?
No, dude, it was cool. So
Was it
when
like
I
it
was
is now?
So I grew up at Puerto Rican hood, right? So in New York, if you're of color at that time, you didn't deal with white people. That would get you jumped. So that's that white shit right there. So
don't
if you're
fucking
doing
go over
something,
there.
and someone's like, "Yo, that's that white shit right there," you would just stop it. You'd be like, "Yeah, you know what? I need to find something else to do because they're gonna jump me for doing this." So I never listened to soft like new wave music and all that was white shit. So I listened to just hip hop. My dad liked classical and jazz. And then my family listened to salsa. They're just Spanish music. So I just knew hip hop. So when I moved out here, I was like, oh shit. I was like, what? All the hot chicks, and they're listening to fucking The Cure and shit like that. So,
Depeche Mode.
so I'm like, oh, they're listening to this white shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know fucking
That's
Metallica.
just hella
Like, I
white
had to
shit.
learn Metallica, and they were big, Like I
Yeah.
was like, I just didn't listen to thrash music. I knew Bon Jovi because they're big on MTV from Jersey and all that shit. But so I was like, oh, so I started discovering punk and that shit. So I was like, oh, dude, so it was cool skateboarding, like.
That's that white shit.
Well, but I mean, like in New York, it's different. Like it was different. There was a lot of fucking. It was aggressive in PB a little bit, dude. There was these guys called the PB Vermins.
Yeah, dude.
They were like
one of our
skinheads.
homeboys
Yeah.
was part of that.
Yeah. So so like late at night, there'd be all these brawls going on down Garnett. Like skaters versus frat boys. It was pretty cool. Like me and my friends used to ride our bikes down there just to catch
warriors.
fights. Yeah.
Warriors.
Bro, one night it's outside Tremors or whatever it's called now, the one all the way at the end, right?
Yep.
These frat boys, it was frat boys and skaters, dude. And then they went down the alley. One of the skaters fucking clubbed this frat boy like in the head with his like steel toe. Boom. And that dude started fishing, like when they're on the ground. I was like, oh shit, dude. And then the fight moved down the alley. And when that dude came to, he stood up and started heading that way. And some homeless cat came from the alley. He was just like, hey, man, you need to go that way.
Yeah.
He was like, go the other way, bro.
Yeah.
Do
were burning the
not
spot.
bring these motherfuckers back over here. I was sleeping behind this motherfucking
But that was
dumpster.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Just a drunk dude, like homeless dude, get up and be like, hey, man, you need to go that way. Like the only dude with sense in the crowd. We were like, yeah, you need to go back over there and get some more.
Yeah, dog. Hey, they kicked you in the head, fool. You need
Dude,
to go handle that.
that's just crazy, when you see people.
Yeah,
like,
oh, yeah.
I was like, oh shit. I
Dude.
think that was the first time I seen that. I was just like, what happened there?
Motherfucker looking like a jellyfish.
Yeah, dude, it was like floundering on the floor. I was like, oh snap, that's
Dude, the
crazy.
fights I would see in the Marine Corps were a lot like that too. It'd be
Yeah.
like drunk Marines getting the shit kicked out of them by locals. Like, dude,
And you don't blame them, right?
no.
Like I'm like, oh, dude. Like whenever military guys go to some town, they get drunk and they start wooing and hollering, and you're just like,
Bro,
You have this coming.
not the best.
I've
look.
seen so many Marines like climb trees and fall out of trees and shit.
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
Dude, like I can climb that tree. No, you can't, Timmy. I can. And fucking start. Swear to God, this dude, a big old yuki tree. And he gets like fucking, 25 feet up,
Yeah.
and the motherfucker just comes out.
Ugh.
Falls.
Oh,
He had the energy to get up, but not the energy to slide down.
Dude, hammered
Yes,
drunk.
sir.
hammered, drinking Evan Williams in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's crazy. Shit.
I didn't know you grew up here. I thought you would like grew up in New York, joined the army.
No, well, I came out here at 15, so you're kind of already like set.
Okay.
Like 8 to 10 is, or what do they say, 6 to 10 is your whatever.
Adolescence,
No, that's
formative.
That's when you form your personality, your behaviors. I think it's like between 6 and 10 years old. That's where you hardwire your shit. So I was already
15, you're already an adult, dude.
Yeah, so 15, like, and then out here, dude, New York is a fast city, so you have to grow up fast. So out here, you could be a fucking kid. Like, I was like, oh, these fucking people are
You
playing.
tripped out. Hey, you tripped out.
I almost
You
said the
tripped out on.
N-word.
You tripped out on the schools, huh?
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're playing games out here. Like, we're already joining gangs, dealing drugs. Like, there's shit going down, like, in New York, in middle school, like, and then out here, I was just like, oh, these people, they're kids. Like,
chill.
It was weird. It was not aggressive. Like, I was just like, oh, dude, this is so not aggressive.
Did
And
you join a football team?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yeah, and then so it's crazy. A lot of things too, dude. That's why I'm an adrenaline junkie, because I'm I come from like fucking a long line of addicts. So I don't drink, and neither my brother, my cousins, my age group. We don't drink, and I think it's because my family was so fucked up that we're all like potheads.
Yeah.
But it's just a very violent growing up. So then when we came out here, it was just chill, dude. And then like you said, I started playing football, dude. Like in New York, you don't do any like extracurricular activity. There's like little league and shit. But since I was a single mom, I was a latchkey kid, dude. I just had to come home, lock the door.
Yeah.
Do your homework and watch fucking Telemundo.
Yeah, and watch TV, dude. I watched Mad TV growing up, dude.
Hey.
Jeffersons, all that shit.
When it was good.
And then I used to sneak out. So my mom had a system. She would call like every half hour. So like right after I hung up with her, I'd run outside for like catch up with my friends. What? Oh yeah, what? That story's crazy. Okay, and then I run back inside.
Gotta catch
and then
that
wait for the phone.
call.
Then I run back outside.
Damn, that's smart.
Yeah.
I was a
There's a lot.
dumbass kid.
I know, there ain't no
we
way
lived
I
on
would
the third-
remember.
We lived on the third floor, bro. So I had to be like bailing, and I'd be like.
Cardio was on point.
You know, it's crazy you said that because a lot of kids were like that.
Yeah.
A lot of kids were like that. A lot of kids were like stoop kids. Like they just kick it on the stoop.
Yeah,
Like-
it's like street kid, like
Yeah.
because everybody was working. I remember one time I forgot I shit my pants, dude. I was like, I was like in first grade. I was like 6 years old, dude. I left my key. My mom's at work. No cell phones, So you're just like, so I was like, oh, dude. So I was like wandering around. I didn't have quarter to use the fucking
The
phone
dime to make a
to call
call.
my grandma's house. I was just like walking around, and then this, I remember like I was like, oh, dude. And then I remember I was like in the lobby of my building, shitting my pants, and I was like crying. I was like, and then I walked around again, because I didn't want to sit on it.
Oh no!
And this lady and this girl that went to my school, I guess they see me like walking around. So she's like, you need to call somebody. She's like, I've been watching you walk around like for a few hours. And I was like, yeah, I need to call my grandma. My grandma came in, and I told her, I was like, I shit my pants.
I pooped my pants, grandma.
They're like, God damn, son,
I
you
need
smell
to know.
like
She was
shit.
like-
You need to call somebody.
Yeah,
This
damn.
poor little
I
homeless
bet
kid.
you that lady probably smelled it too. She was like, oh, this fucking kid
kid shit
stinks.
his
Yeah.
pants.
She
Oh,
smells like shit.
Fucking
God
worst
damn.
day of my life.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
fucking-
I remember my like preschool graduation. This is so wild that I can remember this. I was wearing this black marble. It was covered in marbles.
Yeah.
And I had to wear a black shirt for this graduation. And I was like fucking around in the neighbor had just moved out, and it was in these townhouses, like row houses.
Yeah.
And I went into their backyard and I was fucking around. I was like, man, I gotta take a shit. And I took a shit, but I got shit on the back of the shirt, and I didn't wipe because I'm a fucking savage. And I just remember going home, and my mom was like, "What's on the back of your shirt?" And she touched it. And she's like, "You take a shit outside?" Like, yes, yeah, I
I
did.
didn't know how to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You shit on my
Good.
shirt.
Go ahead and smell that, Mom.
So anyway, so I came out here, did high school. I was very popular, so I didn't know this, but I was good at sports. Like I'm good. Like I have fucking mad athleticism. So that's how I became popular out here. It was like, because in 8th grade, nobody even knew I existed. Because I was mad. First of all, I moved out here a little bit. Like I was like, fuck. And then everybody used to ask me to say shit. I hated that. Say water again. Say this again. So I got in a few fights. Yeah. I probably had a thick one too, dude. So
Yeah.
so I got in like a few fights. Like I just pushed some kids, and I thought it was weird that they didn't fight back. Like I pushed them, and then they're like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Hey, excuse,
Hey, bro,
like,
good
excuse
vibes.
me.
Like, man, we just asked you to say water,
That
bro.
is violence, sir.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if you're familiar, but that is violence.
Shit, y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah. So then I played football and shit. And fast forward. I mean, I had a good life out here, dude. It was great, dude. Fucking going to the beach every day, working out, and then then just fucking college wasn't for me. I was like, what?
What'd you play in football?
A linebacker
Oh.
outside, and then lineman.
Yeah,
Because I was strong, but I didn't have like size, but I was just fucking yoked.
brutal.
All right.
So then and I hated linemen. I wanted to be like a running back and shit. But Mission Bay doesn't recruit good people. Back in those days, like
Yeah.
this was before they got the state championships and shit. So but it was fun, dude. And I remember I just wrestled so I could play football, like to be better for football. And I was obsessed with fucking causing pain, dude. Like, dude, I worked out like a savage. The sleds, boom, everything was just hit hard. Like I'll do squats like a madman, and then I would watch fucking tapes of how to hit, like low, boom. So I was just nailing people, dude. And then I was recruited by USC. I was being recruited by some schools and shit, but I got into it, my coach as a senior, and I have a huge ego, dude. Like, and I don't like to be called a liar, and I'm not gonna back down, dude. So he called me a liar. I was like, oh, so
Here we go.
He wanted me to do some up downs for something stupid. I did what he told me to do, so I was like, I'm not gonna do them. So then he ran some plays, and then he was like, "You gonna?" I was like, "I told you I'm not gonna do it." And then he was like, "Get the fuck out of here." So when we got into it, I was like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Your defense is gonna suck without me."
You suck anyways.
Yeah. And then I moved on with my life after that. But yeah, like I'm dead set in my ways, dude. Like if I feel like something like I'm right, like I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna. No.
Isn't that funny? Because a coach nowadays, if there's an all-star player, they'll be like, okay, you're right. You know what I mean? They're like,
Hey, listen, man.
yeah. You
Just do the up downs.
SC's looking at you.
Yeah.
They're like,
Just
oh,
do the up downs
this dude.
eventually.
We'll just say you did it.
Yeah. We're good. Don't worry about it, Lou. You can do it
Yeah.
again. You're
So-
right. Just get the SC. Just get the SC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, then college. And when I joined the Army, so a rigger, they work with parachutes. So you a parachute rigger. So we say that word a lot, dude. Like when you're packing chutes, you say rigger checks. So you say rigger, and people are like, "What they just say?"
Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa.
What are they saying out there?
Whoa.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
And then we make it a joke between us. We're like, "Rigger, please," you know.
So when you so you go into the recruiter and you're like, I want to jump out of planes, and they're like,
No,
I got the job for you.
No, this is the funny thing. So first, I went to talk to my brother, and I think I was 22. So I was already a few years out of high school, and then I was working for FedEx. I was just like hustling, I was working for FedEx, doing like 2 jobs at a time, paying rent, going to school, and then I was just going to school because that's what you do. But I really didn't know what I wanted, what study or whatever. So I was like, fuck it. So yeah, that's how. So I went in. So I see the commercial, and then I was like, so I wake up one day, and then I wake my brother up. He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "Go with me." He's like, "Where you going?" I was like, "The recruiting office." He's like, "What?"
Sick
And then I was like, "I ain't doing shit." And he was just like, and he was like, "All right, let's smoke this blunt first." So we smoke the blunt. So we go there high, both of us take the ASVAB, fucking high,
Smoked.
And then it seemed like it took 8 hours, dude. I felt like I was taking the ASVAB for like 8 hours. I was like, yo, that was long, dude. And then we scored really high because both me and my brother are good in school. My mom doesn't accept anything below a B.
That's a Colombian attitude right there.
Yeah, so we just had good grades and shit. So we aced that thing, and then we originally signed for linguist. We went, so he's like, "Oh, we're going to MEPS this weekend, blah, blah, blah." And then I was like, "Hey, dude," I was like, "What about people that do drugs?" And he was like, "Oh, you guys do drugs?" And I was like, "Smoke weed." He's like, "When's the last time you did that?" I was like, "Right before this test." And then he was like, "Damn, and you guys scored that? What if you guys were sober? You probably would have."
Oh, right.
But so we signed to be linguists, but then we popped hot. So that went bye-bye. So I had to come back 6 months later, and that's when I was like, yo, I just want to jump out of planes, dude. And then so I was going to go infantry, and then my brother was like, you're stupid, man. Why are you going to go infantry, And I was like, oh, man. So I was like, hey, what could I do that's airborne, And then they're like, rigger. And I was like, all right. I was like, because I want to jump out of planes. So I did that. So I called my brother again, and he got arrested, dude. We used to get into it with the skinheads in Santee a lot.
Really?
So he ended up getting arrested and charges, so he couldn't, he was waiting on his court date and all that shit. So I was like, I signed to be a rigger. And he was like, what is that? I was like, airborne, jump out of planes. And honestly, when I was a kid, I was scared of heights, dude. I didn't like going to the skyscrapers. So he was just like, you're scared of heights. I was like, I know. He's like, so what are you going to do? I was like, I'll figure it out when I get there.
Oh, my God. Get the fuck out of here.
He got me fucked up. I ain't jumping out of shit.
So, dude, the day of, like, I
Hell no.
went through basic, and then we're in airborne school, dude, and then it was high winds, so we got issued this fucking parachute at 5 a.m. And then we're sitting there for hours just staring at the fucking thing, dude. And then there was a bell up front, like, if you wanted to quit. So I was just like, so then I was thinking, like,
How many people ring that bell?
one girl quit. There's a few. So some people. So like also another way to get dropped is if like you're like when you're doing a run, if you fall like behind the dude where you can't touch them, they drop you.
Okay.
So a lot of people took that way. Like they'll just step out of the run and then
Step out.
Yeah, they'll just step out.
I changed my mind. I don't want to jump out of a plane.
I remember this dude. He was fit as fuck. This black cat. And then he stepped out, and I was like, he stepped out. He just looked up like, and I was like, I can't believe he quit, dude. Like, yeah, that shit's scary.
Yeah,
that
right.
fucks with your head, dude. So then the day of, I was like sitting there, and I was like number 2 jumper. So I was just like thinking, oh shit, dude. So I'm staring at that thing. So I was like, fuck. So I started heading up to the bell. My boy was like, where you going? I was like, I'm done, dude. I was like, I already did the physical part. I got nothing to prove. I did all the pull-ups. I was like, jumping, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And then he was like, that's bullshit. He's like, that's the only shit. I was like, so he taught me into not doing it. And then I remember being on the plane, and then the first person that went out, they like disappeared. Just no, they had the doors open at first. They opened those doors and I said, and I've never been in a plane with open doors, bro. So that just was intimidating. All the wind, they went, and I was like,
this is static line jumping, right?
yes. I was like, oh shit, that's real.
What's that?
And then like,
There's a line that you hook your parachute to, and you just walk out the door.
yeah, so it's hooked. So there's a line hooked to the parachute, so it pulls it for you. You just jump out like this, and you jump out, so it pulls it out.
You try not to break your legs when you land.
Those are combat jumps because they want to get a lot of bodies on the ground as quick as possible. So you just jump from like 1,200 feet.
Oh my
just-
God! I didn't know it was that low.
The cows look like this, bro.
1,200.
It's 1,200 feet. But
1,200 feet,
Yes.
son. That shit
that's the
high
Empire
as
State
fuck.
Building. That's
Is
the
it?
Empire State Building, yeah. So
You're
that
wildin'.
observation deck, that's from like about where you jump. So if you've ever been in the Empire State Building, that's fucking,
Shit
you're up
high
there,
as
bro.
fuck.
It is.
It
I've
sounds
gone
like nothing.
skydiving. That's the
Yeah.
extent of my jumps, but
Skydiving is the best, dude.
yeah, that's like 3,000 feet, right? Or
No.
2,000?
That's like six and above, dude.
Is
at
it?
least, yeah, at least. You're 6 and above, yeah. At 13,000, you need oxygen. So, yeah, but you're probably. I think recreational skydivers, the tandem, I think they do 6,000 feet.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was gnarly. The free fall was fucking awesome, and then the dude pulled the chute, and I'm just like, bro, you couldn't have waited a little bit to pull the fucking chute.
Right.
Like, I'm just floating above the earth right now.
That's because we're addicts, dude. The adrenaline, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what I found
Nah,
out.
I'm
Like,
good.
I'm just
I'm
adrenaline
okay.
junkie, dude.
Yeah, I'll keep riding my fucking Harley Davidson between cars. I am not jumping out of a fucking
Dude,
plane.
So many people are scared.
I
to
have
jump, and it's like-
anxiety. You talking about this? I have.
Yeah.
Look, feel my hands. For just talking about
Bro,
it.
Feel my butt cheeks.
for my first 2 years on status, I couldn't sleep. Like when they manifested me to jump, like I'd be in bed at night. I was like, why'd I do this? Like, same thing when I started riding, bro. When I started riding, I'll be
Why
like,
did I buy
I'd be
this?
like, why am I doing this? Like,
Right.
but it feels good, you know. Like the anxiety, like I don't know what. That's that addict shit. It's that anxiety. Like, so I smoke a lot of weed, you know, a lot. and then I gave up drinking, but weed, 100, dude. And then it makes me a little anxious. And then my girl was like, if it makes you anxious, isn't that defeating the purpose? And I was like, I grew up so anxious all the time. I was like, it feels like home.
Wow.
So I was like,
I just fight through it.
when I'm anxious, I was like, it feels normal. I was like,
Wow.
if everything's calm, I was like, I feel weird. Like I was like, oh, something's about to go down.
Yeah.
If I'm anxious, I'm ready for it. So I think that's weird too. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Joey Diaz is, the comedian.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He does a lot of weed too, and he talks about that too. He's like, "Oh, it gives me anxiety attacks." So why do you do it? And I was telling, I think it has something to do, anxiety, nervousness, adrenaline. Like it's like a trifecta that you're just like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
I need to
And
do
then-
it.
And when you get through it, you just feel like, ah.
1,000%.
like you know, you're
did
just like,
it.
fuck. Like I remember my first jump. I hit the ground. I was like, fuck yeah. I kissed the ground, dude. And then the airborne guy was like, get your fucking shit, get out of here. But I was so happy, dude. I hit the ground. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I was like, this feels good.
Back where I belong.
But for my
fucking didn't
first
die.
my first 2 years on status though, I would have the shaky knees. Like I'd be holding on, but inside I would be like nervous wreck, dude. And then it took about 2 years. And you're always nervous because you're like shit could always happen, but it's not like so much that you're just like I can't say that.
And you're loading the parachutes.
Dude,
So you're
yeah.
literally loading the parachute, being like, man, I really hope I don't fuck this up. I hope this goes well.
For sure.
Yeah.
Fuck.
For
But-
sure.
But
Yeah, no.
nothing's
What
gonna
year did
happen.
you join?
I joined in '98.
98.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
fuck.
yeah, 9/11 happened like 2 years.
Yeah, so you get to your 2-year mark, you get comfortable, and then they're like, we're going to war.
No, so I went to Kuwait, dude. So they sent me with the teams to Kuwait to train commandos, right? So I was out there, and the threat level was high because we had like whenever we went out like on the town or whatever, we had to make sure we checked the vehicle for bombs, shit like that.
5s and
we had-
25s.
We had to take precautions, and then when we got back the day of 9/11, we were just having a fun jump. It was gonna be we were jumping in the pool, like in the lake, out of helicopters. Then we have barbecue and go home. You guys just did 5 months in Kuwait. Go be with your families. Then that shit went down, dude.
You ain't
So I
going
have
nowhere.
pictures of me, yeah. So I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I heard something, and then, I'm from New York. So I was just like, so then when I got back to the shop, this is when the first towers come down. I was like, oh, shit, dude. And that's something like when you're a kid, you always have these fantasies, when you're walking around the city, you're like, oh, what if one of those things came down, So that day was crazy for me. I was just like, holy shit, dude. And then
Were you in New York in '93?
No, I was in '93. I graduated high school here. Yeah.
Damn, I was 3 years old, homie.
Well, in '93, that's when the first
The first bombing.
the parking garage, yeah.
Yeah, the Egyptian dude did the little bombing over there. Yeah, so
Volcano line van.
yeah.
that shit was crazy as fuck.
Shoot me one of them boys. I'm ready to get gacked up.
This podcast is brought to you in part by
Celsius.
Gee, good job.
Let me get one of those.
This
Wow.
podcast is
there.
brought to you in part by.
Do you want lemon lime? You want
Sprite.
tropical vibe? You want
Whatever, dude. It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, they're both lemon lime.
Lemon lime's
I
good.
think lemon lime's good.
Nice. So anyway, so let's go back to where we're at, dude.
So you're in Kuwait. You're
Well, let's rewind how I got to the SF. So
oh yeah, fuck.
So as going through rigger school, like so when you're a
SF?
rigger, special forces. So
Okay.
I was a rigger for a 3rd Special Forces group out of
shit.
Fort Bragg.
Team guy.
So
Yeah.
I understand that 3rd group is in the back of Fort Bragg, and
Third
there's
group-
like
third
2
group.
gates to get through.
3rd group is the best group.
The only group, the only fucking group.
10th group said it in Iraq. They're like 3rd group are just a bunch of rednecks that know how to go to war.
Fucking A.
They used to call us the Cowboys.
Dude, it's like Hoot from fucking Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
It's just war, brother. You know?
Yeah. So
war, brother.
so back in the day, a lot of riggers would fail airborne school.
Right.
Then they would have to get reclass and shit like that. So they did this thing I didn't know. It's like a smoke session, dude. They send you for a month to get smoked.
Good
For
times.
airborne school, right? So, and I remember I got my orders from basic. It said Fort Lee, and I was like telling the jokes like, I'm supposed to go to airborne school at Fort Benning. I was like, after
Fort
basic.
Lee's in Virginia.
Yeah, he's
That's
just
where
like,
my MEPS was.
oh, got you. So then he's like, shut the fuck up, you know, like
Get in the
trying to
fucking
reason with
van.
them. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the wrong place. I'm going to Virginia. But then I was like, oh shit, that's where I found out. Oh, they're gonna smoke us for a whole month. Like twice a day, they would just drill us, smoking us. So I go. So the guy that ran that, he was from CAG.
Oh, God. So,
So-
for anyone who doesn't know, CAG is Delta.
Yeah. So
Like
Cut.
the cream of the crop. Delta Force. It's like, all right, have you seen Black Hawk Down?
I seen G.I. Joe.
yeah.
I seen G.I. Jane.
Anyway.
But yeah, but
Yeah.
so out of all those students, man, when orders came down, everybody went to 82nd because that's where everybody goes as a rigger. And I got orders to Special Forces group.
Were you
Like,
tight with that
only
guy?
one.
Wow.
But and it was just because of my performance. Like I was just fucking hardcore. All the time. And then my drill sergeant was like, "Who the fuck do you know?" And I was like, "Excuse me." He's like, "You know somebody." He's like, "You got some fucking special orders. Who do you fucking know?" I was like, "I don't know nobody." It was just that dude. He's the one that put my name in. So certain dudes they would send straight to Special Forces so you can get because. Regularly, you get moved around a lot, but when you go to Special Forces, you go to schools, you get oxygen school, all this shit that makes you valuable, and then they don't want to get rid of you. So it's a cush thing for good people. So
Yeah.
that's how I got there, dude. And then
Made in the shade, baby.
yeah, so then ironically, that first trip to Kuwait, like 3rd group's area is Africa, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I want to go to Africa. And
I'm
they're
going
like-
to Djibouti.
and then they're like, you got to do a shitty trip first, and I was like, oh, dude. So they're like, you got to go to Kuwait, and then when you get back from that, we'll send you to Africa. I was like, cool.
Done.
Yeah, so I go to Kuwait with 5th group. So we're just attached to a different special ops team. And if you look on the back of this book, their medic, Bill Bennett, he was a dude that I like liaison with. Like he would pick me up every day. And I'm a shit talker, right? So I'm just talking shit to this dude all the time. And he doesn't know me from nobody, you know, like I'm the rigger from a different unit, you know? But I would help him go pick up supplies, pick up shit. So then one day he's like, yo, Lou, let's go. You want to go to the desert with the teams? I was like, yeah, let's go. So we went, and then that night, I was 5th in this county wrestling. So this is before MMA became, you know, like big. You know, this is early, so UFC's around, but it's, you know, not everybody's training mixed martial arts and
No.
shit. So this dude tries to, like, they were picking on their supply guy all the time, the sergeant guy. They were, like, choking him out and shit like that. So I was, like, watching this the whole time, and I was like, I hope they don't do that with me because I don't play that shit. They put their hands on me. They're going to get hands
Yeah,
back.
We're
it's
rumbling.
on, motherfuckers. Come on, baby. I
So-
like it. I like
So
it.
this dude grabs me, right? So I fucking reverse, and then I fucking rear naked choke his ass. So he's like, da, da, da. So they're like, oh, shit, dude. They're like, Rigger knows some shit, man. Like, they're all like,
Rigger
oh,
knows.
good job, dude. You know, like, and then Bill was like, he's like, that was nice. I was like, yeah. I was like, I grew up doing some shit. Next morning, we're having breakfast. Dude is still sore about it, so he tries to redeem himself. I get him again.
Oh, God.
So they start telling him, they're like, bro, just leave the rigger alone, man. Like,
Let him live.
he's already handled you twice, dude. You're obviously outmatched and all this shit.
Wow.
Talking shit to him. So then I became cool with Bill Bennett and shit. And then when I got back, our first sergeant from 3rd group, he came to my hooch and he's like, I heard you making the 5th group guys tap. And I was like, you know,
Just
that's
holding
what
it
I
down,
do.
sir.
So they took a liking to me. So they started taking me to the ranges. So I became embedded with them. And then a lot of support guys, like, you know, like SF guys, they take supply people with them, cooks usually.
Motor T.
Yeah. So you always have an opportunity to go train with them if you want. But a lot of support guys would be like, oh, no, I got, you know, they say, I got shit to do. I got to, you know, I was always like, I'm about it. So I was always going to train with them and shit, like room clearing and shit. Like, I didn't want to do parachute shit. So I became real cool with them. And then when I started running the Halo team, the Halo section.
High altitude, low open.
Yeah, so basically free fall section. You have the static line section, and then you have aerial delivery, which is, you know, tanks, weapons, all that shit. So
You would drop those?
Yeah, especially to SF teams, dude. Like, you're out in the middle of nowhere. So
gotta drop them a
barrels
Humvee.
of fuel, barrels of fucking bullets, food.
MREs.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes alcohol.
Hey, you slip the boys a bottle.
Yeah, dude. I remember their commandant sergeant major came. We were rigging some shit for some guys, and he was like, "Hey, can you rig this so it doesn't break?" And those, I was like, "Yeah, we got you."
He dropped them like a case of liquor.
Yeah, so it was cool, man. They loved us, dude. Like the teams, especially with bullets, like that shit. You know, you run out of fucking bullets.
The fight's over.
And that shit comes from the air. You're like, fuck, those guys are what's up, dude. I was there with that dude, the last man standing. I was there when that shit went down. So we were like sending like a lot of. So he had a radio. So what we were doing, so we have fucking ways to see things in IR to light up the packages. So we were just sending like the radio batteries with
IR strobes?
IR chem lights. Yeah. So like carpeting the sky with him so that he could like get a battery and get in contact and shit. So
Damn.
that was like that was big, dude. When those cats got caught and shit, like that was like 2 days of fucking nonstop operations.
What was that? It sounds very familiar, but it's not ringing a bell.
So there was some SEALs. There was a SEAL team out
They
there
got
in
caught
Afghanistan.
behind.
Oh, you talking about Lone Survivor?
Yeah, Lone Survivor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was part of that, saving that dude's operation.
What the fuck?
So
Hold the fuck on. So you went to Iraq and Afghanistan?
yeah, so I mainly I went to Kuwait, then I did 5 tours in Afghanistan, and then my last one was in Iraq.
Dude.
Yeah, and that was I don't even know if I can talk about shit, dude.
Oh, yeah?
But that was just grabbing high value targets, dude. That's all we did. That was our whole mission. Like four times a night, kick doors and grab this dude, bring him in. Like,
Okay,
we did like 250 missions in 5 months, bro.
A lot of fucking
Holy shit.
waterboarding.
Yeah.
So I know there's CAG, and then there's Green Berets, but you have Airborne Rangers.
So
Green Berets.
Rangers are like they're an infantry but on steroids,
Right.
and they just don't play nice. You know, like I don't think they're used to hold areas. So like traditional infantry, they'll hold a ground. You know, so they'll set up the perimeter and then they're running security in that area and stuff. I think Rangers are just attack.
And Green Berets, drop me into the bad spot. I'm going to set up camp and train the locals.
Train the locals, do a government like. So Green Berets are trained to
Stabilize an area.
start a fucking counter rebellion against whatever, you know. So
And CAG is that, hey, we ain't going to talk about this,
yeah,
bitch.
CAGs, yeah, that's another level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have
Tag is what?
Delta Force.
so
They're the
the-
ones
as
that
you've
didn't
heard
get
it.
hugged
they're another
by anybody. when
they're
they
what you call they call them the shadow force. You don't hear about them. They don't exist on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just do
Like
their
the
thing.
elite of the elite. Like there's Navy SEALs and then
Yeah.
CAG guys.
And then you have USASOC, which is like SEALs, Green Berets, everyone work
Yeah.
together.
Joint Task Force, JTF shit.
But yeah, but CAG, that's like an anti-terrorism unit. You know,
Yeah.
they do like
That's that Call of Duty zombie
Yeah,
killing.
exactly,
ass.
yeah.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Yeah,
But,
I'm all on it.
yeah. So I was out there, dude, and yeah, that was I did that. I was in that unit for like 10 years.
Were all of your deployments kinetic based on being in third group
Yeah. So I went with them, and then sometimes you'd be at a big base, sometimes you'd just be at
in the middle of
a
nowhere?
fire base with the team, you know.
Some
And
or what is it? Korengal shit.
and it's funny too because I remember like being on the plane when we were flying like out there. I was like, oh shit! I felt kind of like the first scene in Private Ryan, you know, like when they're on the boat. They're about to. I was like, oh shit! I was like, I'm flying to war, bro. Like it was real, you know.
Shit's
And then we landed in
down.
Uzbekistan. It was the first because we came in from the north. So I remember, what the fuck is Uzbekistan, bro? Like,
Yeah.
and it looked like a 1980s.
They ain't got no tamales
James
out
Bond.
here. What the fuck?
Dude.
So one linked to another, and then fucking did my career there. I decided after like 6 tours, my marriage dissolved, you know, and then I was done, dude. I was burnt out. I was living in North Carolina. I just missed San Diego. I was like, yo. So I decided to get out, and then I got out here, started going to. I came out here and I was still fucking violent, bro. Like I was getting a lot of fights. Like,
What
and
year
I was
was it?
alcoholic. 2013.
Oh yeah.
So in the Army, you become mad alcoholic, dude.
Yep.
Like, and you don't know it. Now I know because I've been doing a lot of work and all that shit. But you don't know how fucking traumatized you are. Because you're just going to war, you know, and your boys are going to war. So everyone's in the same mindset. And then when you're back, you know, we're going to go back in like 6 months. So you're kind of like just spending money, kind of like manic. You know, you're spending money, trying to have a good time. And
Enjoy the time while you can.
Get it out. So, and then the drinking becomes so much of it, dude. So much of it, dude. And even when we're downrange, we were pounding, you know. And I started using Percocets, you know, like pain pills. Some of my boys got addicted to them. Like, I got one friend, he's in and out of rehab still. He's addicted to heroin off of it, and, you know, left his kids. Bad shit, dude.
Yeah.
And it's all trauma-based, you know, because, and I tell young kids, too, man, like, that are going in, like, oh, I'm going to be infantry or this, that, the other. Like, it takes a toll on you, dude. Killing takes a toll. Like, even though if you do it for honor and, you know, you do the right thing, it's not natural, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And it haunts you. So that's so a lot of us are carrying that around, dude. So I came out here, and then you're in North, you know, and then we're in the Army, dog. So when we go out,
You're in Vietnam.
There's a lot of ego. Everyone's fucking, you know, brawling each other. So when you say something wrong, you get dealt with. So,
Yeah.
So that's why I was out here, you know, somebody would say something wise, boom, smacked, you know. And then my girl at the time, she was just like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? Are you gonna get help?" And I was like, "Help?" I was like, "For what?"
I just helped him.
Yeah.
That motherfucker look like
Yeah.
he had a hard
Situation's
time.
good.
Dude, like everything's
he
good.
was
bro.
rude.
Yeah. Betty's not rude
He
again.
needed an education. So,
He's all deer antlers.
but that's what she said. She's like, "You're impulsive." She's like, "You're violent." You know, like.
What, you dating a doctor?
And then she was like, "You drink." She's like, "I don't know if you noticed, but we're drinking IPA." She's like, "You drink 3 to everybody's 1." She's like, "And it's all night." She's like, "You do that for hours." She's like, "It's crazy." And then I was like, "Oh." So then I went to a therapist, tried to save my relationship, codependent. Not for me. You know?
For her.
Exactly.
For
So-
you.
so that's
I
why I
did this
start-
for you.
Yeah, so that's why I started learning that. That's when I like first got hit with, I think, codependent. And then like I looked up the meaning in the book, like, and then it was like, "Oh, you just date people that are addicts." And I was like, "Oh, that's not me." But then I looked deeper into it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I am." And then my cousin, she went to CODA, so she was just like, "Hey, you ever hear of CODA?" I was like, "No, what is that?" And then I brought it to my therapist. She's like, "Oh, you should go to a meeting and come back, tell me what you think." I went, and then I started going. I was like, "Oh shit."
Wow.
So it's not that I don't know how to love. It's just that I get a thrill from love. You know, it's thrilling, and then it's just addiction too. So the reason I like to drink so much is because I was reading in Dr. Drew's book, The Mirror Effect. It's like going in a car faster. So as you're speeding up, it's like, ooh, but as soon as the needle stops moving, man, then you're gonna be like, man, it's kind of cool. Like even if it's 150, you get used to it. So as alcoholics and shit, we like to keep it going. So I was like, oh, dude. So I started realizing all this shit, you know, upping the ante.
Yeah.
A lot of things too you have to deal with. When I was a kid, I didn't have my dad. Like my dad was gay. Number one thing you don't do in a fucking black neighborhood, Puerto Rican neighborhood, would be gay.
Yeah. And
Especially back in that
in
era.
the 80s, during
Yeah.
the AIDS epidemic, that was
Yeah.
not a thing.
So that was kind of
You ain't been with Easy, right?
yeah. and then my uncles, my mom's brothers would belittle me and my brother, always making jokes, giving us Mother's Day cards for our dad. You know.
Oh,
And then call it, like if I were to cry, like if I got emotional, he would be like, "Oh, get him a dress. He wants to be a fag like his dad," you know. So I have a lot of like, I react because
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna show you that I'm not a fag,
Right.
you know. Like it became very reactful. I got molested. I was molested as a kid, dude, at like 6, 7.
Fuck.
So by men, dude. So with
Fuck,
men, I've
dude.
always been pretty like fucking violent. Like I think I have to assert myself. Once I got big, you know, like I was like, oh, you ain't gonna, because I got taken advantage of so much that now I'm just like. It's still even hard for me, dude.
Yeah.
Like when someone slides me, like I've done a lot of growth. So the old me, I would have hit him right now. But now I dwell on this. I'm like, I could fucking kill you right now, but I'm not.
This is your past, and you
It's
don't
in my
even
head,
know.
so I don't be like,
I
"All
already
right."
killed you twice
Yeah,
in
I
my
say,
head.
all right, dude. Oh, that was the other thing too that was cool about being cool with the SF dudes. They sent me to knife fighting school. They sent me to all these like
All these combat equipment
all this
schools.
shit because they knew I could fight, so they wanted to make me better, right?
Hey, if you're gonna have my 6,
Like
bro,
command
you're
would
gonna
always
need
be
to ready.
like, why are we sending you to a knife fighting school? I was like, I don't know. And they couldn't say no to the teams, you know, like whatever teams asked for, they get personnel wise. So they would request me to go on the training trips and shit. And then my command started getting mad because I was always gone. And then I was like,
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't want to pack parachutes. That's what's in my head. I was like, as long as I'm out of this fucking place, because that's like slave work, dude. Packing parachutes all day, 25 a day. Like it's like
parachutes, knife fighting school. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
right.
Every single fucking time.
Hanging out with the guys.
Come on.
Yeah. Hanging out with the boys, you know what I mean?
We're drinking
Living the
during
dream.
working hours.
It was so bad when I was in Iraq. We were working. We were attached to 10th Special Forces Group. Their sergeant major one day yells at me because I didn't have Special Forces, the tab.
Yeah.
And he was like, Lou, if you're gonna fucking earn it, put it on. And then we're like, what? What are you talking about? Sergeant major's like, where's your fucking long tab? And then the guys were like, oh, he's our rigger. And he was like, you're a rigger?
Oh my
I was like,
God.
yeah, sorry, major. He's like,
Sorry about
holy
that.
shit, man. He's like, I thought you were one of us, dude.
I appreciate
But
that.
yeah, I
though.
used to just roll with those cats all the time, dude.
They act as if, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll put it on.
Dude, they used to
I
take me on
got
missions
you,
with them
bro.
and shit. So I was cool, dude. But
That's so fucking.
I remember the first time I was like, I wanted to say no. Because I was like, I'm not trained for that. But I didn't want to be a bitch. So I was like, Roger. They're like, hey, Lou, you're going to be our driver. You're driving.
Whew.
I was like, oh. I was like,
Schvink
Roger.
gets this tight.
Yeah, I was like, Roger. But inside I was like,
No.
can I get out of this?
Hey, you know
I'll
what?
pack that parachute now. I swear to God, I'll pack that parachute.
Hey, you know what? My commanding chief is this motherfucker just paged me right now on
Yeah.
the walkie-talkie. Said 911. I gotta go. The boobs. I gotta go.
See, the way my rifle works is,
I can only shoot from inside of the fob on
I
the other side of the Constantine.
I got to be in daylight. This is a night mission. It's a little weird.
Eyesight, boys. Sorry. I'm no good. I'm combat ineffective on this op. It's not going to work.
And then I always make jokes. So
Damn, I sprained my.
that's
ankle, too.
a what do you call it? That's a good skill.
Right.
You guys ever seen the first Survivor back in the day? The first season.
Mm-mm.
There was a black dude on it called Gervais. He fucking he got all the way kind of to the end by just being cool. He never worked. He was just cool to talk to.
Hey.
And that's what the teams call me. They're like, Lou, you're that cat. they're like
cool,
your
baby.
personality gets you so far. They're like whenever it's between you and somebody else, we're like, Big
Give me Lou.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
give me
like,
Lou.
they're Lou. They're like, we're gonna go personality every time, dude. And that's what got me hired here, bro. Like, I know shit about motorcycles, bro. I bought a Harley. So I bought a Harley because I was suffering, dude. The reason I was beating people up is just because you have nothing to do with all these skills. You know?
I got all this talent,
Got all
baby.
these skills and they're not marketable.
They're not marketable.
I could kill a motherfucker with a pencil.
And I don't want to slip, so I got to keep them sharp, So then, so I was like struggling, bro. And then, like my homies, they're just from the army. They're like, "Hey, dude, get a bike." They've been telling me for years, get a bike. And I was like, "Oh, dude." So I finally went, got me a Sportster.
Oh yeah.
And they were
that was
laughing
your-
at me. Like my first was like a '98. It was carbureted and shit.
Oh boy.
Dude, but I sold my Jetta, bro. I sold my car. I went and got a Harley. Like then my boys started laughing at me. I sent them a picture. They're like, "You got a Sportster,
Bro.
You're too big for that." But I still love them though, man.
Yeah.
Like I love those motorcycles.
You still
dude.
have one, right?
Nah, it took my leg. I had
Oh, the sporty is what
Yeah.
you went down on?
You didn't know that?
because
No.
the Fat Bob. So I tore third gear up riding in L.A. So it was in the shop. So yeah, I was on sporty. So
Fuck.
yeah, but I love that bike. I think that's why I lost my foot too, because the way I had it set up was high knee. I was riding like West Coast style, so I was like, my foot was just all exposed out there. So that's what clamped it off.
Let's go into that real
No,
quick.
we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Dude, that's a
Oh.
good ass story.
But you know what though? First trip to Kuwait prepared me for this. So this cat Sullivan dude, never forget, cool dude, bro. We were doing call to air, close with live ammo. It fucking went too early and it hit the team, dude, and he lost his leg. Sullivan, dude, and then he recovered fast as fuck. What's his name? Ross Perot bought him his leg, and then so I seen a lot of dudes go through it, and they just walk, and I was like, oh, dude, it's mentality, and I think also when you get into the two-wheel life, you got to accept everything, dude.
It's a possibility.
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing everything right, you could get T-boned.
Yep. Somebody could come out of nowhere and smoke you.
So it's just like, yeah. So I just, when I went airborne too, same thing. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, I could die. Like when I went,
Especially then.
when I didn't chicken out of the mission, I was like, am I dying?
Where was that? Was that in
I'm
Iraq or
not-
Afghanistan?
Afghanistan. I'm like,
Oh
I'm not
my
even a Green
God.
Beret. I'm going out with these motherfuckers. Like,
God damn.
I'm just a rigger, dog.
I packed parachutes and you want me to drive the fucking Humvee?
Like the
Dude.
point vehicle, dude. I was just like,
Oh,
White vehicle.
on the oh my God.
And then they
bro.
called me Ricky
Front
Bobby
line.
because I was the haul ass, like on the X-Film. Dude, they're like, Lou's hauling ass,
It's
bro.
time to
It's
go.
like Ricky Bobby over here.
Yeah, it's time to
Shake
go.
and
Yo,
bake,
we,
baby.
we got him. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
He's in there, right? Okay, cool.
We're out, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That shit's trippy though. Like, you know, and there's bullets hitting vehicles. You know, like when you're like I told my friend, I was like, even I'm in Afghanistan, right? It didn't click till I took shots, and even then, like you're reacting and shit. But in my head, I was like, I'm in war. This is real. I'm in the army. Like,
I'm in the
I'm
army.
in the army. Like,
We're all wearing the same
and
outfit.
then I remember like thinking after that, like when I got back to the hooch, I was like, I could have joined the Navy, been in San Diego, been out in the ocean.
Kicking on the ship.
Yeah, I was like, meanwhile, I joined the army. Jump out of planes. Have fun. I was like, now I'm getting dodging bullets and shit.
Fuck,
And
dude.
my friends were laughing at me. And
that.
it's my expression, dude. I was just like, fuck, dude, why I do this?
Why did I do this to myself?
But then I loved it, dude. Like, because I remember when my marriage was on the skids, I was in Afghanistan, and I was just like, I was supposed to get out. And I'm in a helicopter, and I'm looking out, and I'm like, what am I going to do back there? What am I going to do in the civilian world, dude? Nothing's like this. So then I just, after that, I fucking realistic in country over there.
In country? Got a sign-on bonus?
Yeah. 35 grand, dude.
Come on, baby. Got home and spent that.
That's when they're handing money out left and right.
Especially if you had time in service. They're like, please don't leave.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. But
Tax exempt.
fuck yeah, dude.
You missed that deployment money?
That was good. Yeah, my ex-wife would spend it all. So she had like 2 affairs on me, dude.
Ah.
So it was one of those situations. I
But
went through
see,
it.
as teen guys, like I hear that's a common occurrence, and y'all just don't give a fuck because you'll get back and be like, whatever, and you just go smash on something.
It's that that hurt me, dude, big time.
That did?
Like, cause I'm codependent, dude.
Right.
So I idealize shit, you know. So and since I was a kid and I didn't have a dad, like my dad was worthless. But when I was born, he was like 21. He was gay, so he was trying to figure shit out. He was going out partying, he was absent. So bad on him. But now that I'm older, I'm like, well, he was just fucking a kid anyway, dude. You know.
Yeah.
But whatever. So it was very important for me to build that up, you know, to get a wife, provide for her, be good. And I was good. So all that shit wrecked me, dude. I was like, because meanwhile, all my homies are getting ass left and right. And then on deployments, dude, they would be like, hey, Lou, are you like a hardcore Christian or something? And I would be like, no, why? You're the only one that hasn't got ass yet, dude. And it's there for you. And I was like, I just don't do that. I don't feel right. I'd be like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm not going to hold it against you guys, though. You know, do your thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's you. So that was always important to me, and I've just never.
So
been
you were a
able.
stand-up dude, and then it's like the ultimate betrayal.
But I'm attracted to drama women, dude. Because of the adrenaline, exactly.
It's
Like,
the Latin in
the
you.
chaos. No, it's because of my family. The
Oh,
chaos
yeah?
that you know, someone that's, and then someone that's that's got their shit together is not gonna be attracted to someone like me. That's always putting shit on the line, taking risks. They're like my brother. That does not seem.
Doesn't seem like that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
No.
So
Is it your older brother or your younger brother?
he's younger than me, 2 years.
This is the one that you smoked the blunt with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But y'all are fucking thick as thieves, I'm sure.
Yeah, but shit's the family shit. So now I stay away from my family a lot because it just causes me a lot of angst, and they're always fighting and shit like that. So
Nothing's changing.
yeah,
Nothing's
but I
changed.
love them to death. Does that make
have to.
sense? I fucking love them to death, man. Like my family's, yeah. Like if something happened to me, they're all gonna be like, oh, but we all bicker and shit with each other. It's so weird, dude. But
That's family shit.
yeah. So fast forward to when I got hired here. So I was doing real good. Going to therapy, going to meetings, the whole thing. I get hired here. What happens?
Start
falling in love. Start falling in line with these motherfuckers. Pushing it, drinking, brawling. Like it starts to be. It's so attractive, dude. And it's so easy to get lost in it. Riding with the club. Like it's fuck yeah, dude. Like this cool shit. And then yeah, that's what ended up me losing my leg, dude. Is just like I was, dude.
Wait, were you drinking? Because when I met you, you weren't. You were just smoking.
No, well, I drink here and there, but it's pushing it. So I was pushing it so much, dude, that I would just slap fenders when I was passing them. I was getting like crazy, like loving them more risk. And there was a little thing in the back of my head saying, you know what? You've been pushing it for a while, dude. How about you slow up?
Dude, I remember. So I got let go right before the pandemic because I couldn't show up on time. Like I was doing, I was doing everything else, but they were like, dude, you have to be a good fucking employee. And like, it was rough. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you had to fucking earn it if you wanted to be here back in the day.
Well, what they would do is they would turn their back on you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh fucking.
When you were the new
hard.
guy, dude, like they did that shit to me. But I'd been through it in the army and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
I had been there like 2 or 3 months, and they called me car guy. They would never fucking help me. The only people that would help me were Eli and Igor. And Eli quit, and Igor was like, bro, you just gotta have to deal with it. Like, I'm like, I get that. But goddamn, if I need some help, well, you're just gonna fucking deal with it. It's just what it is.
Deal with it.
Yeah. And so then the pandemic happens, and then I don't know, there was like a gray area where something happened here, and then all y'all were like, fuck this place, we're out. And like mass quitting, right? I know you bailed on them.
Something, yeah. I think,
And we don't got to get into it, whatever it was.
Whatever it was, people didn't come back, and then just me and Pedro came back.
Yeah, and I remember showing back up here because
Yeah.
so they called me up. The dealership got bought, and there's this new fucking GM, Jim Davey.
Yeah.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
What
This
a
fool
nice
calls me
guy.
up and he's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna make you a closer. You need to come in here. I'm from Virginia. You're from Virginia.
Yeah.
We're gonna get along just fine. I'm gonna do all this stuff for you. I'm gonna promise you." I was like, "Okay, well, you got to guarantee my money."
Good
he
accent.
He gives me the guarantee. He fucking promises me the position. I get here a month later, no promotion. Then then we had bought like $2,500 worth of merch to put in here, and it said "fucking" on it. And he was like, "Oh, I'm absolutely not gonna put that in the store." You remember that?
I remember that.
Oh, but I remember showing back up here and walking in, seeing you, and be like, "Oh no, oh no, what is this gonna be like?" But you just came up and you're like, "Hey man, no hard feelings about last time." I'm like, "No, not at all." And it's like, it's gonna be different. It's completely different. I've been here. I've been here 3 days, and it is nothing like it once was. I was like, "Oh shit."
Well,
But-
Michelle too. She told me, she was just like, "Do you not like Graf?" She's like, "He told me you don't like him," and I was like, "No." I was like, "I don't even know him that well."
Right.
And then she was just like, "Oh," she said. I was like, "Well, we're mean to everybody." I was like, he was just a new guy, so we're. Like
I was in my hazing period.
Tebow would tell us, "Don't talk to
Hazing
the new
period
guy."
for 90 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was in his
I
hazing
think he
period for
lasted
6
2 weeks,
months.
dude. Right? It was like, you
What?
only here for- you got, no, the first time you got fired pretty fast, dude. You
No, it
weren't
was
here
3 months.
Oh, okay.
It was 3 months.
It seemed like 2 weeks.
Damn it.
No, but
it seemed like,
also
it
in my
seemed like 2
defense-
weeks, dude. He like came in late one time, and Ty was like, "Go home," and then the second time they fired him.
Yeah. But that was also at the end of my relapse.
Okay.
So
okay.
I was like drinking in the parking lot. I was
Oh,
like,
got you.
yeah, and like, it was bad.
dude, and they were honest back in those days, dude. They'd be
Oh
like,
yeah.
"There's nobody fucking in here. You guys making phone calls?" Like they were in our face, you know. Like,
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was also like, so I didn't get clean until January, and then by February, I literally had gone to a show. I'd done a show that I do now.
Yeah.
And I'd shown up fucking. I had completely missed it. I was supposed to be here at 10 o'clock. I got here at 10:30, and they're like, "That's it, dude. You gotta fucking go.
Yeah.
Like, come back in 90 days. We'll give you your job back, but you gotta fucking go." And then the pandemic happened a week later.
Got you.
Yeah.
Good shit, man. But yeah, it was a wild trip. Yeah. So then I don't remember that day at all. Like my mind got erased. But
From the accident,
yeah,
I remember
I
it.
still don't remember any. Like I was hanging out with you.
we were at work.
Oh, see, I don't fucking.
So
remember
we were.
nothing that day,
Everybody
dude.
was at work, and we had a kick-ass day, and everything was
And I
going
remember
well.
everybody went like to the high dive after.
Yeah, you guys went out. I went
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
and then I just got like a text like, "Lou went down. It's not good."
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
"Can you elaborate? Is he alive?" They're like, "We don't know." Like,
I almost bled out on the scene, dude.
That's what I
They
heard.
gave me like 3 or 4 packets of blood. Like, so what the funny thing is, all that combat shit, I still have dreams, you know, like vivid dreams. So when I woke up, I thought it was a vivid dream because I saw my leg looked like a pork shoulder at the supermarket.
oh,
It was wrapped in like plastic, and then I was just like, "Oh, that's weird." So then I was looking at myself. I was all fucked up, dude. I was like taped up, and then I was like in the ICU. So and then I couldn't remember no accident or nothing. So I was like, "What the fuck?" So I was like, "I probably got blown up." And then she noticed I was up, so she was like, "Oh, sir, so that was a Sunday. This is Wednesday. I'm coming to."
Jesus.
And then she was just like, "Yeah," she was just like, "Hey, you were in a motorcycle accident." So then I really thought it was a dream because I don't remember shit. So I was like, "Motorcycle accident?" And she's like, "Yeah, this stuff." So I'm not listening to her. I'm just like trying to remember. And then I'm looking at my leg, and it looks like Lieutenant Dan. So then I asked her, I was just like, "Should I get a shrimp boat?" And she was like, "What?"
Oh my God.
is it shrimp boat time?
And then she was like, "What?" And I was like Lieutenant Dan, should I start shrimping? And she was like,
Oh my
and then she
God.
was just like, "Sir, we got to take above the knee, blah, blah, blah." Like, and I was like, "I guess so, take it." And then, So I was still confused, and then my roommates came in, and I was like, oh, this is real. Like, Michelle came in, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, shit, this is real. So,
Dude, she was a wreck.
yeah, dude,
She-
and then there was $10,000 in a GoFundMe. Like, she's fucking, dude, that made me cry, bro. Like, this community loves me, bro. Like, I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
she was like, dude, they raised 10 grand for you. I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, but I was still tripping, like, oh man, like I lost a leg. Bro.
It's really gone.
Yeah.
It's like y'all aren't gonna.
And I
come
could
back in
feel
here?
it. Like I could feel it. So
Go
that was
Slim.
weird. Yeah, dude. That was weird. But then I was like just determined to get out. Like I was like, I'm gonna get out of here, dude. So like I walked out a week later, Sunday.
Yeah,
you know,
rolled.
which-
Yeah.
too early. Michelle was pissed at me because she didn't have the house ready. But I was just like, I didn't want to be in that bed anymore, dude. So I'm just hard headed. Even right now, I'm still pushing harder than I should be. But that job, this fucking parts job, broke me the fuck off, dude. That
So
showed me.
you were working here, and it was just
Yeah, Lou right before I got the bike the other day, Lou was like, "Man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. This shit's whooping my motherfucking ass." And I'm like,
it's a lot, dude. Especially
And
to
I
be
don't
the
like
parts
quitting,
counter.
dude. So
Yeah.
fuck, dude. Like it got me, and
yeah.
I was just like, fuck, dude. Like,
So you don't remember anything of that day?
no,
What
dude.
was the?
And I worked a full day. I
Yeah.
don't remember waking up.
So what was the situation that happened? Obviously, a car hit you, or you
No,
hit
no,
a
no.
car.
So we were coming down 8 East right after that turn where it's kind of dark, you know, and the road goes this way.
Correct.
And then I guess somebody was coming back from the bay, and they had a jet ski recreational trailer hooked to their truck that they didn't hook it up right and just came off.
Oh my god.
So we came up on it, and what's his name was in front of me, Kelby,
Kelby was in front of you.
and he was popping wheelies, and then he didn't even notice it. He was halfway past it. He said till he noticed, oh shit, there's a trailer there. He did this, and then the second look, he said I was already flying through. He saw me like flying through the air, and my bike hitting the wall. So I was like, oh shit. And then Dino was behind me. He said he heard the thunk. Like he said, I went around it, but he heard a thunk. And then he said it looked like I made it past, and then I went down. And then he said he passed me as I was rolling. Like they said I rolled like 50 yards or something.
Oh god.
So he like avoided running over me. Like he was
Smashed his bag though.
yeah,
Like ripped his bag right off his bagger.
Who's
Dino.
Dino?
yeah.
Okay.
He had the limited. So yeah. So where I hit, I think that shit took off his. Yeah. So it was crazy, and then they were fucked up from that. Him and Kelby, like they didn't know. They said they stayed at their house watching the wall like till the next day.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking pretty brutal.
Dude, and they're not army, they're not military, so they didn't know what to do. Luckily, there was a nurse. She put a fucking
Tourniquet on you?
tourniquet on me, but they really didn't know what to do. You know, like Kelby said, he called his boy that was a paramedic in Vegas. Like,
Oh god.
what do I? And then he was the one like put a tourniquet on him, and like Dino was putting his belt on me, but he
he wasn't
tight enough.
cranking it.
Yeah. So, dude, and then some Marines came up. They said, and then like soldiers, military were honest. So they're like, "Oh, he's gone." And then Dino was like, "Fuck you guys, he's not gone."
Shove a
Really?
finger in his ass. He'll be all right.
Oh,
Did the guy stop that had the trailer or no?
I don't know, dude.
He was gone.
You know,
He just was like
well,
not around.
he probably came back. I'm sure he had to come back or something. But like Dino, no one remembers because they were like Dino's like he says in his mind's eye, like the way he remembers it, he's like he knows that there was lights and ambulances and shit, but he just sees my body kind of like in a fucking spotlight. And like a few people working on me. That's how he remembers it, you know.
Oh.
Right.
Like he doesn't remember all the shit, so he doesn't know if the guy, stopped. Like they don't know none of that shit.
All right.
Tunnel
Yeah.
vision, fucking just focused on it.
Yeah, and then I'm an idiot, dude. Like, I come from immigrants, so I don't know good financial stuff. So I just had liability insurance. I should have had like a $300,000 policy for myself, at least,
Yeah, at least.
And then I would have got some more money. But I'm happy, dude. Like I was thinking about, like I was crying today, dude, because I got to ride, and that's I don't know what it is, man. But as soon as fucking first time I rode a Harley, it was just a Sportster, dude. But I was so fucking happy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a soldier, airborne, American, an immigrant, dude. Like, and like I said, that was a dream for me. And I was riding one. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And I've owned like 5 or 6 of them. Everyone's been special, dude. Like, I fucking love it, dude. I love dude. I don't know how to say it, but it's just like these Irish immigrants built this machine over 120 years ago, dude. And we're still riding the essence. We're not riding that machine, but the essence is still there, dude. And everybody tells me, like, when I've took people on test rides, they're like, oh, dude, they're like, there's something about this bike. They're like, I don't know what it is, but I feel different. He's like, it feels different to ride a Harley. And I was like, I think it's because it's in every biker's, like, back of their mind. They're like, even if they hate on it, they're like, I would like to just ride it one time.
One time. Just know what it, just see what all the hype's about.
They're expensive, you know. They're
Yeah.
they're fucking lot, but it's just like I don't know, dude. I don't know what it is, but like I just feel at home on it, you know. It's just like, dude,
It's the American bald eagle inside of the goddamn
yeah,
V
dude.
twin.
Come on.
it's just like it's just something that's so freeing, and you're just like, fuck, I'm an American. I'm in America, Southern Cal, baby. Fuck you, and I'm riding this bitch.
Yeah.
That's something y'all might not know about Lou. He is a very proud American. Very proud.
Dude, like when you struggle, like my family struggled and they made it, you know. So I honestly believe if you fucking look at you guys, dude. 2-3 years ago, what do you guys? People were laughing at you guys. You know what I'm saying? Now look at you.
Yeah.
It's American dream, dude.
It is.
You just got to put your head down and hustle. I don't have that hustle.
I got aspirations.
I'm lazy as fuck, dude. Like I'm good at like combat and fighting like that. But then when it comes to like organizing, I suck at that shit, dude. Like go get a business license, go do a web pay. I'm like,
I got to do all that work.
I'm like, let's make some jokes.
Yeah. Let's go do some stand up. Hey, you'd crush that. Have you ever done an open mic?
Yeah, I did it in the Army.
No
Like, I
way.
would just talk shit. Like, like when there was time to kill, they'd be like, "Hey, Lou, go up there, talk some shit."
All right.
So I would do it, you know. But I think I like doing it. I think I don't know if I'd be good at it because it'd be stressing. But like what I want to work on is be at art. Like I paint.
He does.
So
He's got killer artwork all around San Diego
Yeah,
Harley.
so that's what I'm gonna fucking try to do, like you guys, but you know, promote my artwork and see if that takes off, dude. But because I can't do shit now, you know, I'm missing a leg, bro. So
I mean,
Yeah.
you should. You're set up too, right? The VA's got you.
yeah, yes and no. Like I already had 100% before,
Right.
You know, because I was
Broken.
airborne and all that shit. So and then from the case, I only got 130 grand. So I paid off my debt. And then I have some in savings, so that's good. That's better than a lot of Americans. So,
The average American doesn't have $1,000 in their savings account.
dude,
right
one
now.
emergency and they're done. They're
Yeah.
claiming bankruptcy. So I'm like, fuck, dude. At least I got a little cushion, dude.
Yeah.
So I can't complain, dude. And then I've met so many people, dude, these motherfuckers. You know, the people out there that San Diego Harley Davidson's community, bro. Like, it's a good community, man. You know. And then I'm not a fucking famous person, dude. But when I'm out and about places, people are like, "Hey, Big Lou." And then like people are like, "Who is that?" I was like, "I don't know." Like even one time I was at the VA, bro, and this guy's like, "Big Lou," and he starts talking to me and shit. And then I was like, it was an old man. And then I was like, "Do you ride a Harley?" Because I was just starting to say like, "How do I know this dude?"
Right,
like,
right.
He's just talking to me. "Oh, you're coming along. Good to see you walking." And then I was just like, "Do you own a Harley, dude?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "How do I know you?" He's like, "You don't know me." He's like, "I started following you on Instagram."
Damn. That's fucking dope.
Yeah,
Right.
dude. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I followed you on Instagram. It came up." He's like, "And yeah, you're doing good." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." But that's so
Fucking
weird.
wild.
yeah.
Right.
Dude, holy shit.
Yeah, so yeah, and I've ran into a lot of people, dude, that I don't remember them, but they're fucking, yeah, you're Big Lou, right? Even a cop one time.
Oh.
Like, he pulled up and I was like, oh, shit. He's like, "Hey, you're Big Lou, right? From San Diego Harley?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
That's me.
Yeah, that guy is me.
dude.
The other guy that you possibly would have said, that's not me.
That
Yeah.
is not me. The guy you're looking for,
I have
I'm
no
not him.
idea who that is.
So now I'm just like, I'm ready for the future, see what happens, dude. Like, anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
Anything can happen, dude. So I'm just open to it. I'm putting my head down and like you guys, there's so many people that I'm like, dude, past 2 years they've done such great shit. I'm like, all I gotta do is focus, man. But I suck at focusing, dude. I like to, you know, fucking party and ride the adrenaline too much. Like when I had my 2 legs, that's all I did. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I'd
you
be
were
out
on the
riding at
move.
4:30 a.m., dude.
Yeah.
I just like to ride, and I think it's a way of running away too. But fuck, it's such a good way to run away.
Dude, I remember showing up to work
is.
and Lou would be like up and at him, and I'd be like, "Dude, what time did you get up?" He's like, "Oh, I already rode to the fucking top of this mountain, fucking had a cup of coffee, and then fucked around and rode somewhere else,
Bro.
and now I'm here."
Igor broke up with his girl, right?
Yeah.
And he was staying with me. And like the first morning, like it's like 4:30, like he wakes up and I'm up. I was like, "Hey, you want to go for a ride?" He's like, "No." "What time is it?" And I was like, "It's 4:30." He's like,
Hey, it's time to go.
Time is of the essence, motherfucker.
Yeah.
roads
Time
are
to
open.
ride, bud.
So I used to love that in the Army too, is running. We always used to run at dawn, you know. So dude, when the sun's coming up and you're running, dude, like it's the best time too. And when you're riding, dude, the sun's coming up. I feel
No
fucking
one's
awesome.
around.
Yeah, no
Dude,
cars on the road.
chilly,
It is nice.
You know, nice
Ah,
and
nice
chilly.
and brisk.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You still talk to Igor?
Yeah, he just had a baby.
What? With Dylan?
No.
That
That never worked.
never worked.
Yeah, she was
Got
a party girl. That
Not the right one.
Igor's not a party dude. Just had coffee with T-Boat the other day.
No way.
Yeah. Talked to Fat Cat. Fat Cat's up in L.A. Harley.
L.A. Harley. Okay. I mean,
But yeah,
he was at Riverside, and like the desk guy and the GSM.
Yeah.
Me and my boy Josh here know them. Mike Ganell and Estrada, we know from working with them in the car business.
Got you.
So yeah, but he's up in L.A., huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I see Eli from time to time.
Eli.
I
see
love
him.
that guy.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a solid.
They
Petaluma,
used to give
California.
him a lot of shit too when he first started. So
He was my shoulder to cry on.
because
He'd be like, bro, you're going to be all right. He's like, you know how to do this. I didn't even know how to sell.
I didn't even know where the cylinders were, bro. I don't know. So I didn't grow up with a dad. I grew up in New York City, no cars. So my
So you
first
put
bike.
the MTA car right here.
So I sold his Road Glide with the fucking monoshock suspension. Igor tells T-Boy, he's like, yeah, that guy bought the bike. He's like, but Lou sold it to him with a monoshock suspension. And they're like, what? I was like, isn't that the suspension? And they're like, that's the only thing that they were talking about in all these training videos.
Yeah,
is
on all the soft tails.
monoshock, the monoshock. So they're like, what's the suspension? I was like, oh, it's a monoshock, dude.
Yeah. Single shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the customer didn't question nothing.
You said
he bought the
sold.
fucking, yeah.
Yeah. He went to go buy. He buys a monoshock for a soft tail. Goes to his fucking local mechanic. They're like, dude, where's the other one? He's like, what are you talking about? This is a monoshock.
And
Big
then the
Loo
next
sold
day they
that."
were just like, see, Lou's so cool. They're like, it's all personality and energy. If you're happy and energetic, people don't give a fuck. They're gonna buy it.
Yeah. That's
But I
selling
was so
101.
lost. But yeah, then when I did that, then T-Bow was like, point to the air filter. And I was like, I don't know what that is, dude.
I know
was
where
like-
the pipe is.
I was like, no, that's a muffler right there.
yeah. That's
I call it a muffler too, not a pipe.
Oh.
It's a muffler right there.
right there, brother.
Oh boy.
That's where freedom
Dude,
comes
so
from.
they were just like, damn, dog. So I had to learn everything, dude. Like inverted forks, all that shit. I didn't know nothing about motorcycles. I was just like, it helps my PTSD. And my boys told me to get a Harley.
How long did you have the sporty when you worked here before you got the Fat Bob?
Oh, first day.
First day? They
Yeah.
got
So,
you. They
so,
said,
so
yeah.
then Igor, Vince, they all thought I was an ass kisser because I came with a fucking Iron 883. So my first Sportster, I crashed. So I had an Iron 883, and then, dude, first day of work, they made me ride all the fucking bikes. You think I want to get back on that Iron 883?
Fuck
no.
no. Hell
Fuck
no.
dude. It started raining, so they told me to take a break. And then I walked up to Fat Cat. I was like, hey, I want to trade my bike in. He's like, cool. And he kept working on the computer, and then I was like, I guess I'll wait till lunch. And then he was like, oh, you serious? He's like, what do you want? And then I was like, the Fat Bob. And so it's such a big step up. He was like, are you serious? And I was like, hey, if I can afford it, I'll take that bitch home right now. So
Right now.
he's fucking wrote it up. And he was like, which one do you want? He's like, it was a 107. I was like, nah, dude, I want the 114, dude. He's like, you want
All right.
dude,
Got you.
made sense. It was $500 something, but I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm single. Like, let's go, baby. So yeah,
Damn.
first day I bought a new bike, dude.
Yeah, and you rocked those drag bars for a hot minute.
I like the drag bars kind of until I like got up here.
Yeah.
But
And Joaquin had one too.
I like leaning into it, dude. I like the stance, you know, like I like that shit, you know, like being in there like that. Some people don't, but
My big thing was it had forward control, so you're like hugging a tree the whole time.
no, and you're kind of like on the front wheel kind of too, which I
Yeah.
liked it though. Like when you're in the curve, like it, you know, it dips, dude. That bitch dips.
Yeah, it definitely dips. It definitely dips.
Dude, and that bike
Yeah.
fucking
Forward controls,
rips.
you could fucking get into a turn,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You're right up on that wheel well, and you're like fucking.
I remember we were coming
sliding.
90 down to 94 West, and you know how the 15 turns off to the left?
Mhm.
The guys went that way, and I missed it, but I fucking kicked it anyway. I scraping my peg, but I was like,
Damn, onto that big ass on ramp. Oh my god.
and
That's
there,
right.
like, there was a few times I got endeared by the club because I fucked up, but it looked cool.
Yeah, it
But
made
I
it
was
look
scared as
great.
fuck, bro. Like I remember we were coming in hot. It was a red light over there by Bayho. And I was hitting my brakes. I was not slowing down. And I was about to rear end all these motherfuckers, and I just fucking maneuvered around it and ripped. So they were like, "Fuck yeah, Big Loo."
Little
we got
do
to
you
offshore.
know.
They were like, "This motherfucker's crazy. He just bailed right through that light." I like went sideways on the car. You know, there was a car turning, so I was like, "Ah."
Holy shit.
Jesus. Savage.
Straight
Dude,
savage.
It's a miracle that you didn't go down before.
No, well, like I didn't know how to ride, dude. Igor and Vince is the ones that taught me. So I first started riding with them, right? Following, and then like I would just be back, and then they're like, "Dude, you got good skills." They're like, "Just stay with us, focus on us." I'm riding, and then I look down, 135, bro. I was like, "Ah!" Let go.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah, we got to the bar and they're like, "What happened, dude? You were with us." And then you disappeared. I was like, I noticed. I was doing 135. I was like, that's scary.
That's a no.
Yeah, but then I started riding like that. The more I rode with them and shit. So I'd ride with other people and notice. Like, they'd be like, "Hey, dude, you need to calm down, bro. You're riding kind of hot." Like,
Yeah, right.
I remember how little I fucking knew about bikes when I got here, and like I remember asking Vince about he had the Defender bike, and there was so much work done to it. I was like, "Yeah, so what's done to it?" He's like, "Man, there's fucking $400 in bolts on that. How about you just focus on what's inside of here before you start asking me what's going on outside?" I was like, "Valid."
yo, Vince is a hardcore dude, man.
Yeah,
He's
and he can ride his fucking ass off.
Oh, dude, he was a pro BMXer, so he brings that to the table, dude. He just has so much skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's good, man.
And then I when I saw him sell that bike and I saw the laundry list of shit and I knew what it all was now, I was like, damn, he was 1,000% correct in telling me to not even worry about it.
And he would teach me. So, like, it's cool because Taco took a liking to me a lot. Vince would, like, show me bikes, you know? Like, he'd be like, "Hey, Lou, you know what FXR is?" And I was be like, "Nah." He'd be like, "Come on." And then we'd go back to, service, and he'd show me, like, what is the FXR, the little diamond in the frame and all that. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So they taught me a lot, dude. And just because I fucking love it so much, like, dude, like you said, America, bro.
America,
Fuck
baby.
yeah.
Come on.
People come here from everywhere, bro. Like, and it's true. Like, people love their home countries, but they're like, "Nah, I'm stay here though." Like, there's so much opportunity.
That's it.
And it's open, dude. Like, we have so much culture in this country. Like you go to like other countries, you see their soccer teams or whatever. You don't have the diversity we have in America. Like,
It's true.
We're it, dude. Like,
Very, very much so. That's what I was gonna say. We're so diverse,
And you're
man.
free to do whatever the fuck you want as long as you don't fuck with somebody else.
I love it, dude. And trans, whatever, dude. Like, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, bro. But if you're not looking like a woman and you're identifying as one, help me out, dude. But don't get mad at me. Like, if I got it wrong, say, "Hey, dude," and I'll be like, "Oh, my bad, man."
Yeah.
But
Just live and let live.
Yeah.
Live and let live. I don't
My
give a
bad, man.
My
I
bad,
got
bro.
enough shit. I'm trying to pay the fucking rent. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I got a
didn't
lot
try
of
to
shit
offend
going on.
you, homie. I mean, ma'am.
Get him. Oh my God. Just took it to another fucking level. But yeah, this is what irritates me the most about it. Since we're on this, the people that fucking complain about America's not if it's not the fucking greatest place on earth, try saying what you're fucking saying somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Even
you do
Canada.
that shit in China, you'll be fucking dead. You try that shit anywhere else, you'll be fucking dead. We have freedom of speech. You can't even there's no freedom of speech in Canada.
I think England, they can't talk about the king and shit.
No,
I
fuck
think
no. It's a crime. Bro, this is the only place in the world where you can say whatever the fuck's on your mind. Only place in the world where you could burn the fucking flag and not get shot.
Yeah, it's a great place, dude.
It's a fucking amazing place.
I don't think you could do that. Can you do that?
Yeah.
I thought you.
This
go-
is the
I thought
only
you go to
place in-
jail.
No,
Shit.
fuck no.
You can burn the flag.
I don't recommend doing that shit in front of me, but you can do that shit.
And I'm different from him because I'll let people burn the flag because I'm like, you know what? That's what we fight for. So you can have that freedom, dude. Like, do your thing, man. Like,
I've never seen it in person, but it fucking bothers me. It bothers me.
Did it change anything? No, it didn't. So there you go.
That's true.
Voting changes things. Causing a hoopla outside doesn't do nothing. Like,
That's true. And that's
Organize-
lost on my
organize
generation.
yourself. Vote as a block. That's how you change shit. But rioting and burning shit and all, like, yo.
And being, yeah, we're really going down the rabbit hole. Yeah,
Let's
we'll fucking bring you
let's
and
do
I.
another. Let's do another podcast another time and pick it up.
No, I'm fucking here for that. So since the accident, what's the recovery been like? Has it been a motherfucker?
Yeah, dude. Nah, I'm a tough dude. So I get up, like, my girlfriend, like, she was like, "I forget your handicap," because even before, I don't want to be helped. So, like, I try to do everything for myself. So it's disheartening. Like, I'm gonna say, like, waking up in the middle of the night to piss, annoying. I gotta get my walker, but you can't just hop out of bed and hop back in, So
Yeah.
shit like that's annoying. Having to put my leg on, to do things sometimes. But all in all, man, like, I'm pretty thankful, dude. Like, the doctors, they say, like, a lot of people don't deal with it the way I did, so they kind of want me to be a peer dude for other amputees, like a coach.
I'm sure you're stoked on that.
Well, that'll pay good, probably. I hope. But that's how I am, dude. I'm like, I like to encourage people. Like, yo, let's
That
do
is
it,
true.
dude. Let's do it. Let's
Get
do
'em
it.
fired up.
Yeah, let's get fired up, bro. Don't sit on your ass. Don't cry, man. Let's get up. Try to walk with that energy. Let's do something,
Straight up. Get mad.
So there's been times, things that I miss, dancing. Like,
You a dancer?
I grew up dancing. My mom's a ballet. She was a ballerina for 20 years, so I did the break.
Salsa merengue.
So when I listen to
Bachata.
music, like, in my free time, I'm dancing shit. I miss running. I can't run anymore, I just got to walk. So things like that. It does hurt. Like,
Yeah.
I can't do doggy style. Just got to be on my back.
Oh no!
Yeah.
My God, you savage!
Hey,
fucking savage. He
nah,
just
you
thought he
could-
was gonna slip that in.
Bro,
Yeah.
you could do doggy style. 'cause
Doggy
you already
style's
got
out.
the leg up, bro.
It's like peeing.
You just got the leg up.
I'm on
Just
one
da-
with
da- da- da-
But then I got to use her for balance.
Oh God! So I need my girl to have a sturdy base.
I was knocking
Oh,
my fucking
my
tooth out, bro.
God.
she's got to be sturdy enough to plow.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, hon,
Oh
I'm about
my
to put some.
God.
I'm about to put some torque on you.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's been the hardest thing, dude. And then just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for work. What
Yeah.
job. That's
Cost of living ain't cheap here.
yeah.
I don't know.
But I wish I would have had a better insurance so I could have bought a house. Like that's what initially what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna get paid, dog.
I'm getting
Buy me a
paid out.
condo, and then the king was like, he ain't got shit, and I was like, oh, I ain't getting paid. I ain't getting no condo.
Condo's gone.
Yeah.
Debt eliminated.
Credit cards is good. Like
I heard they took care of you though. They built your fucking ramp to get in your crib, made it a
Yeah.
little bit more accessible.
put like so above my bed I have a handle so I can get up.
Hell yeah.
He put like the handles in my shower and then the toilet too, because to get up and get down,
Yeah.
you need some handles. Yeah, dude,
Took care of you.
fuck. And then today, now that I got this strap, my leg won't come off, so I'm fucking.
You rode for the first time today?
So I rode last week.
Yeah.
I picked it up from service, so I just kept my foot off the brake and I was riding, and it was locked in pretty good. But I just took Morena and then Friars, like took it slow because I was thinking if I get on the freeway, it's probably going to get in the leg and then it's going to come off. So
Oh, goddamn freak all the time.
Cannot have that.
$200,000 just laying in the freeway.
Fuck. That's how much that is?
Yeah, these things are expensive, dude. Dude, that's another thing I learned. Anything medical is expensive.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, fuck, dude.
Damn.
And I can't order shit. Like, so I can't order my liners for this. Has to go through the hospital. So that's a pretty good racket. I was thinking.
Oh.
I was like, they got
Medical equipment.
distribution online.
LFG artificial legs.
Dude, there you go.
Just saying.
Ambitious.
Let's go.
Wheelchair, $6,000. It's not even electric.
Damn. You telling me that the fucking wheelchair that we used to pop wheelies on in here?
No,
is-
that's the cheap one. That's the entry level, $80.
okay.
Those are $80. But the custom, yeah, that shit was
Murder
like
ball
6,000.
boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, holy shit, dude, that's expensive, dude, for a wheelchair.
dude.
Yeah, but that's the biggest thing, dude. I think it made me more humble too, because now I'm more vulnerable. Like I can't fight, like someone can just push me over. So I'm more. Everyone says I'm more humble now. Like they're like, you had like a certain amount of asshole in you before. They're like, you're kind of more humble now. So
Say edgy.
yeah,
A little edgier.
That was
a little rough
edgy.
around the edges.
yeah, I think I let shit slide now more. I'm like, oh, dude, like, not a big deal. Like, a
But
lot
I
of
will
shit-
say, you got enough homies that if somebody slights you, all you got to do is tap somebody on the shoulder and be like, that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's him right
Him.
there.
go stomp that motherfucker.
And then they're getting the boots.
Yeah, so so I don't know. I tell people it's been a great experience losing my leg. Like it's helped me
Crazy.
in a lot of ways. I think it's made me a better person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dude, it's kind of rough for me to say. Like either way, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be as balanced as I am today if I still had my leg.
Still be going off the Richter.
Yeah, I think big time.
Everything happens for a reason, even though it's a fucked up reason.
Yeah.
But something, we don't know what the fuck would have
Dude,
happened.
there's people struggling more than me. Like I see people struggling with more issues. I'm like, dude, I'm all right, bro. Like.
Could be
But
worse.
I've always been that way. Like, I always accept shit, which is I think a good quality. But I never noticed. But like, I just take things as they are. Like I'm like, oh fuck it, I lost my leg. I got to do something now. Like, and that kind of gave me a focus. Like I said before, I didn't have no focus. I was nilly willy all over the place. Now I was like, oh, I got to walk and I got to ride.
Yeah. I got fucking goals now. Lofty goals.
I did both. Now I got to fucking get my life together.
Now you're, hey,
Sell my art and shit, dude.
let's go.
Oh, yeah.
You've got the drive. You just gotta, somebody's just gotta fucking eliminate all the fucking side shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'll hyper focus on it and
That's
fucking.
what I'm doing now. I'm like, I'm doing the schedule and with a planner and all that shit.
See, I can't do that.
Did they do any like modifications on the bike or anything?
So I got to put the brakes up here. So I move my rear brake from the foot to up here.
oh, so you just got
I'll
like
have
a
two
handbrake?
levers, yeah.
All right.
So I'll have
With
a
the handbrake.
rear brake and the front brake. They'll be right here.
Nice.
Yeah,
And not that you ever use the fucking rear brake anyway.
I never use the front brake. Everybody says that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm rear brake heavy. Like I never
wow.
touch the front brake.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, even like in like when I go into a turn, I rear brake because it
For
keeps
trail braking,
turning.
yeah.
So I never really, not even to dip into turns, I never did the front brake.
Really?
Yeah, but
70% of your braking power comes to the front brake. That's
yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean,
I don't ever use a back brake.
Never,
Very
Yeah.
rarely.
So so last week I rode the bike home just using front brake, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's what I do anyway." And I
Yeah,
was like,
right.
Really? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, so I'm more of a rear braker, dude.
hey,
Yeah.
that you
Brakes?
it works.
What
Yeah.
are those?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of them.
Brake pads, don't gotta replace them. Don't use
Fuck
them.
it.
Don't
Pretty,
use
it's
them,
pretty
bro.
amazing what they do with motorcycles, though. My friend's dad has both of his kneecaps blown off in
Yeah.
Vietnam, and he's a fast. So it's a funny story. Like when I was saying your leg would have fell off. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
used to ride, or he used to do dirt track.
Yeah, yeah.
He flipped the fucking dirt track buggy, and both of his legs came flying out the fucking car. And everybody, you can hear the whole
Yeah.
crowd. Like he
Yeah.
was a kid, but he still remembers it. Like
Yeah, yeah.
everybody's like, you know what I mean? His legs are flying out the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, he used to ride a fucking jigster, and this dude would be on Palomar Mountain racing the fuck out of people with
Yeah.
all handbrakes. It was
Nice.
fucking a trip.
Well, Joey
That's
was
crazy.
saying that his buddy that lost his leg rides better now.
Yeah.
Oh,
after
there's
one
the
leg Jake.
accident.
Yeah. Well, there's one leg Jake, and then there's also Stunt
Josh.
Daily Josh.
Yeah. So he's saying
Oh,
one leg
right.
Jake rides a lot better now.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, dude.
You're a little bit more in tune too, I'm
Thank,
sure.
Thank God we're all here, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Straight
Because
the
you
fuck
have like your right leg. His is his left leg.
Yeah.
His shifter leg.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like-
brutal. Who, Josh?
Then you do a
No,
suicide
no.
shift. I always wanted a
Both of
suicide
them.
shift.
Dude, who fucking old
Uh,
boy
Mike
in the back.
Gomez.
Mike, dude. Love that dude.
He had the fat bob, the
Yeah.
Dyna fat bob with the suicide.
Yeah.
Because he lost his left leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there was another cat who lost his leg up to the hip, and he worked in the back too.
Yeah.
And then he went to school in
MIT,
Phoenix. MIT.
Yeah, I told both those clowns, I was like, see, I've been hanging around you fucks too long. Gotta fucking lost my leg.
Way to go. Way to rub off on me. Fucking bad juju. Unbelievable.
It's what do you call that? Fucking,
What's that?
Osmosis?
you can catch it. What is that shit? Oh, man.
Contagious.
Contagious, yeah.
HIV?
Yep, being an amputee is contagious, fellas. Be careful.
Oh, fuck.
Ouch.
Fuck.
Get that
See
good.
ya.
Talk to Attorney King. Get that good life insurance policy.
We heard from Twan, like,
Or
you need to
insurance.
you need to maximize your fucking, it's not that much more, and you need to maximize it.
Wow, dude, I would have had a condo right now.
Instead, I'm just debt free. You know what it is?
So I make a joke sometimes to people. I was like, this one got me level. This one will get me ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
I
Good
don't,
times,
I don't
dude.
really need it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
got,
legs are overrated.
yeah, right.
Lou, it's been an absolute fucking pleasure having you on the show, and I'd love to have you back on again.
Hell yeah, man. Anytime, dude. Anytime. If you guys
Yeah, it's been fun.
looking for somebody, I talk about everything.
Yeah.
Anything.
And then if you don't follow him, you can follow Lou. Go ahead and drop that social for us.
I don't have nothing, dude.
You-
I have IG, Big Loo, 1903. That's Harley's
Year it was made.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be Lou's watching.
Big Lou. Yeah, so I changed it to Big Lou 1903 because I was doing more. So I think I'm going to do whole art. Lou's watching will be just art shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but watch out in the future. Look for stickers on the streets. I'll do something.
Absolutely. Good
Straight up.
shit.
Good talking to you guys, man. Thanks
been
for
a
having
pleasure.
me.
Hell yeah.